Okay, it's 6 o'clock. We'll go ahead and get our meeting started with our roll call.
Rachel.
Here.
Katie.
Here.
Sarah.
Here.
Doug.
Here.
Lori.
Here.
Carrie.
Here.
Jeff.
Here.
Okay, we'll stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence after for armed services personnel and first responders. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Are there any items to be added or changed to the agenda? Okay. Correspondence and accommodations, a thank you letter to Image Factory for the donations of plaques to Gaylord Community Schools for the Tom Johnson GHS gym floor dedication. And then also to Mrs. Croft is here with the culinary art students for Board Appreciation Month. Did you want to give us a little spiel?
Sure. So this evening I have 3 students with me. They're all part of our block class, which is a 2-hour class filled with students who are 2nd, 3rd, and 4th year students. I believe this year we do have an additional 1 first year student. So, but they're the students that made your appetizers for this evening. They've been in the program for quite a few years, some of them. Some of them are dedicated enough to continue on as a career choice in the restaurant and hospitality industry. But the students that I have here with me tonight are all working in the industry in our local restaurants, as well as have desires to be part of the industry, I think at least 2 of them, right? So I have Hunter Maxarowski. And I have Autumn Gillespie. And I have Gail Smith. And we'd just like to say thank you for all that you do for our students and our program and keeping us doing what we're doing.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for
Do you
your.
guys have any big trips planned for the year? Like Disney like you did? or-
Our Pro Start competition is March 2nd and 3rd, and that will be in Battle Creek, Michigan.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll leave on a Sunday and come back on a Tuesday evening. And 2 of the students here are on the culinary team, and then Kale is also on a pasta competition. And so we look forward to doing that like we did. Last year we took 2nd place, the culinary competition, which is the highest we've ever gotten. And so I think they're bound and determined to try and get that, right? So we'll see.
We look forward to seeing, I'm sorry, look forward to seeing your first place trophy.
That would be nice. No, that last year didn't qualify us for this year. Every year it's new.
Okay,
So-
so does this competition coming up, like you could qualify for the
Yes, we
national?
could qualify for national. So only the first place teams go to national.
Oh.
And I think this year it's in Baltimore. And that would be in May.
Not as fun as Disney, right?
No. But I am taking a
Historic,
NEOP tour of students and parents last 2 weeks of June to Italy to do a culinary tour.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Do you need chaperones?
Yeah.
You're welcome to come.
know.
The register is February 26th.
Awesome.
Nice.
Thank you, guys. Everything was really
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you.
We make you come up here and shake all of our hands.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks, you guys. Thank you so much. It's okay. It's okay. We're all good. Thank you so much. Thank
Great
you.
job.
So good.
Great-
Thank you
great
so
job.
much. Good
Thank
luck
you.
on your pasta.
Thank
It's
you.
exciting.
Great job.
Thanks so much.
You guys are welcome to leave. Thank you. Alrighty, and next up we'll do building updates. Carla?
So just quickly I'd like to say something on board
Sure.
appreciation, so get back. First of all, I'd like to say board appreciation actually started last Tuesday. John Gallus did an excellent job, if you remember the food that
Oh,
we had
yeah,
last
yeah,
week.
yeah,
So
yeah.
thank you to John, his food service department for doing that. But I want to say thank you because you don't get told thank you very often. I mean, the real thank you, your job comes 5-10 years down the road when you see students graduate from here and be successful. But immediately, we don't do as much to thank the board. It's a tough job. You get paid very little to do it, but your reward are those students that walk across the stage and get a reward. And quite honestly, programs like this couldn't happen without a quality board. You know, we have not, programs, vocational programs that are very strong. We have an early college that's strong. We have a lot of AP classes. We have a lot of support for a student that needs it. We're very fortunate as a school system to have all we have, and we couldn't have that without a board that's dedicated to having policy that supports it and allocating funds and resources in an area where we can be successful. So thank you for the job that you did. That there's a small token of appreciation for you that you're going to take with you when you go. But we hope what really motivates you to do it is our students, our 2,700 students.
Absolutely. Okay, we'll move on with Carla, if you'd like to give us a building update, please.
Good evening. I do appreciate you all very much. In preschool, we are very blessed to have multiple partnerships with various organizations in the community. One of them is with the Otsego Community Foundation. We have a grant, we received a grant from them in order to supply scholarships for some of our after-school program students that are Alice families that might need some extra help, to pay for that after-school program. So that's one of the supports for our students. It's really special and meaningful. We also received a gift from Toys for Tots this last Christmas, a gift for every single one of our 90 preschool students, which was really nice. We were really thankful for that partnership. Also, the First Congregational Church here in town has been giving us after school and during the school too for preschool school supplies every year, which is outside of the academics, but it's wonderful because the students really appreciate the crayons and markers and paper and all the extra things that they give us. We also, of course, work very closely with COP, ESD members like Rebecca Hicks, Julie Stouffer, and Nikki Ormsby, who help us provide special services for our students, like physical therapy or occupational therapy if they need it, and also speech therapy for our students. And so we do also have some behavior interventions that happen through COP. So that's a wonderful and important partnership for our program in preschool. And then we also just are in the process right now of partnering up with the United Way, the food pantry, and they will be providing our students with food bags like they do at some of the other elementary schools. So that will be something that would be really helpful for some of our families that could use some extra help. So thank you.
Thanks, Carla. We will move on to South Maple with Mrs. Parker.
Hi, guys. Someone was giving me some grief, so I'll try to go fast. Hiram. Kind of just a springboard on what Carla was saying, this month we've tried to highlight ways that we support students' growth, not just academically, but as a whole child. One thing that's going really well at South Maple is Frankie Fridays, which Friday afternoons our therapy dog comes to school and gets to hang with kids. They themselves have taken it upon themselves to use Frankie as a lunch buddy. So students are working hard to earn lunch with Frankie, and that's been a really motivating thing for students. Our health department, we partner with them. We just got a contract with a new therapist to start one-on-one counseling with students just after break. So she's going to start seeing students soon one-on-one to meet their specific needs. And then this, if you have ever been in an elementary building, you know that recess is always a hotbed of action, behavior, referrals, everything. And then this month, our counseling team had a great idea to try to incentivize whole classes together, to work together as a team, to do good things on the playground. And if you made it a whole week without having a referral, your class earned a reward. So we started with third grade, and most of them made it, and then we decided to expand it to the whole school. And last week, I think we made history. We had 0 RTC referrals for the whole building during lunch recess time. So, mic drop, everybody. I don't know if you know. That is amazing.
Thanks, Diane. And then we'll go to North Ohio with Celeste.
Alrighty, so all of the things that I'm going to share are also happening at South Maple. So it's really a K-3 component. We just didn't think that you would want to hear the same thing 2 times in a row. So one of the positive things that we're doing at North Ohio and Maple, we have some volunteer literacy tutors. And so they're coming in. It's been something that Maple had done previously. We're new to it this year. But Mr. Cox worked with us on that, our literacy coaches within the building, and so we're excited to have that happening on a limited basis. Also, a huge shout out to our maintenance staff. We are having growing pains in all of the buildings and just trying to find a space that's appropriate for everybody. And so in particular, we have our health department person, we have our counselor, we have our communities and schools person. And so as we're finding appropriate and private spaces for them to have office space, we're rearranging lots of things. One thing that we were able to do was carve out some spaces, and if you've ever been in the elementary buildings, we call them these like pod spaces. And so you'll have 3 kindergartens, for instance, and then there's this pod space where a lot of the staff were doing things like small groups, they were doing some assessing, there were materials stored in there. So we just used maintenance, repurposed those areas for us. They have been fabulous. We began putting other staff in there right away, and so it opened up some other spaces within our buildings to house some other things that are needed for our kids. And so it's just been, it's a beautiful space, and if you're around any of the buildings, we'd love to show you that newly transformed area. We also at North Ohio and Maple do peer-to-peer. This program intentionally connects students with disabilities and students without disabilities. It provides awareness, it provides friendships, and what it does is really increase a sense of belonging for everybody within the school. Both, like I said, Maple and North Ohio have pretty strong peer-to-peer programs. In fact, last year I think we had students come and do the pledge at one point, and so you were able to meet some of those students as well as the staff that work with those programs. And then we have something that we hadn't done previously, but I'm pretty excited about it. We have opportunity for some of our IA staff, our instructional assistants, to attend a TBRI session, a series. So there's 2 dates. And what TBRI stands for is Trust-Based Relational Intervention. So lots of our teaching staff, a lot of our professional staff has been trained in this approach. And so we wanted to extend that to our IAs because what they do in our buildings is incredibly valuable in supporting students as well. So we have 2 sessions. We have the trainers from the ISD coming. That first session is this week. And it's an evening session, and those staff are choosing to come, extend their workday, and be part of some additional learning. So if you hear TBRI, it's Trust-Based Relational Intervention. It's a trauma-informed approach developed to help caregivers support children who have experienced trauma, abuse, or neglect. TBRI focuses on building a secure, trusting relationship with a child by addressing physical, emotional, and developmental needs. And it's based on 3 core principles, which are connecting, empowering, and then correcting. So we're hoping that staff gain some new knowledge and appreciate the opportunity.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you. Carla.
So I'm excited to share that we had 5 successful auditions with Blue Lake Fine Arts Camp, and it was so successful they want to come back this Friday and do additional sessions because our students really they were very excited with our student auditions. One of our students transposed her own song and sang it, and so they're saying our student scholarship will be very high when we think about how many kids will go. So we're excited about that. So Mrs. Olson helped us with that. Mr. Gooch, also, we were struggling finding some training times, having teachers leaving the building, not leaving the building so often. So Sean Gooch did the training, and he's now able to train district-wide staff on how to support our students when they struggle a little bit and keeping that crisis intervention piece in place. So we're excited to have an in-house trainer. Our 6th grade leadership team, we've talked a lot about leadership with the announcements, and now they're doing a food drive for the animal shelters for both cats and dogs. They're very excited about that, so you'll be seeing some information on that. And then they also decided they wanted to start a crochet club. So we now have a 6th grade crochet club that everybody's very excited about. And then finally, we have, I'm gonna forget one. Our PTOs. Our PTO has primarily been teacher-based at GIS, and we have, what I talked about in a different meeting, a board that now took over, and we keep adding more things each month. And this month, we have our very first Popcorn Friday, kind of brought it back old school. The whole school got popcorn, and now kids can buy popcorn for $0.25, or a family could sponsor a classroom, so the kids are really excited about that. And everyone will be getting a GIS logo t-shirt at our next assembly, so we're excited about that as well. Thank you.
Perfect. Corey?
Alrighty, so I just want to highlight a couple things. I always like to highlight our extracurriculars. So girls basketball has just kicked off, and wrestling, which is exciting. I also always like to honor a staff member every month. Chantel Fennell, our art teacher, she's actually retiring after this Friday, so we wanted to honor her as our staff member of the month. And then we always ask a couple students, what they think about the teacher, and say a couple nice things. So here's what some students have to say about Mrs. Fennell. We had one anonymous student. They wanted to be anonymous, and that's okay. Kind of read a short letter to Mrs. Fennell. It says, "Dear Mrs. Fennell, there are a lot of things I love about classes, like the art that you do, how much work you put into making kids great at art. But one thing I love most about your class is how amazing of a person you are. You treat kids so nicely, and you're a great teacher. I hope you have a great retirement. I wish you the best, and thank you for all you've done." I had another student who has said, "Mrs. Fennell always cares about students and what we're doing. We're always doing fun stuff in class. Her ideas never disappoint, and she's always so kind and patient with all of us learning new things, and it's great. It's a great time in her class." And that was Peyton Pierce. So to piggyback on what everybody else has talked about with some of those non-academic supports that we provide for students. In the middle school, we have something called our High Five program. So if a teacher notices a student is doing something kind of above and beyond what is expected, or maybe it's just one of those little wins for students that may be struggling, they get a little blue slip that's a high five, and then it goes into a bin. And then every Friday or every other Friday, we draw some of those, and they can come down to the office and get a prize, whether it be a t-shirt, sometimes we do a pizza party with them and a couple of friends, or something like that. We also have been doing Student of the Month, which you may have seen some of those posts that go on Facebook where there's a theme every single month, and then teachers nominate students, and then they vote upon those students that were nominated, and we pick 2 students per grade, and they get a cool t-shirt that says Student of the Month on it. And then also, Mr. Smith and I have begun doing a quarterly academic luncheon. So every quarter, if a student has all A's or A minuses, they get a fancy luncheon every quarter. And then we also do a quarterly attendance raffle. So all students that have perfect attendance for the quarter, all of them automatically get a free Taco Bell taco gift certificate. But then they also get a chance to be entered into a larger raffle in which they can win a $50 Visa gift card. Which they get super excited about. We also, similar to the elementaries, do peer-to-peer, which is a great program. So they kind of recruit the right students, and they mix them with those students that struggle with maybe building some social relationships and things like that. And then also something that we like to do, we've really revamped our student council this year. It's got 18 students on it, and they really go, all out for trying to create a strong morale in our building. But one of the great things that we also do is when they come up with some ideas for like spirit weeks or different things like that, we allow for our staff to do dress down days if they participate in the themes, and the kids really, really enjoy that, and we've had some fun interactions with that. But yeah, that's what's been going on, and all the things we've been doing at the middle school.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Byram.
First and foremost, a lot of the things that we're talking about today, if you notice, there's a lot of incentives and swag that we're providing students. So one of the things that all the buildings would probably echo is our community partnerships is what allows us to be able to provide a lot of those things. So it's huge that we have so many folks in town that provide us a lot of opportunities to provide incentives to kids. So that goes a long way. The other things that I wanted to share was this is kind of our this is our Blue Devil value agreement, okay? And it's the big thing is everything encompasses what we try to do every day by living these 3 pillars. And I'm a big believer that if we keep it to 3, it's easier to remember. And so to honor the working as a team, speaking up and being safe, I just wanted to share some information. So one of the things to build our positive atmosphere is we've increased assemblies, we've increased opportunities for student feedback. So I'd like to, our last assembly, the admin team won the tug of war. So not that it's bragging, but we took all our competition down. Teachers gave us the hardest, but then they fell, so we were able to get it. And then the big seniors came in, we were a little nervous, but we were able to overcome. So that was big win number 1. The other pieces that we have is, I just want to share a number of feedback survey pieces from our students. So the biggest thing from a speak up standpoint is that 75% of the students who completed our survey say that they're utilizing ARC and want to continue it. So what we're going to do second semester is we're expanding ARC and we're allowing a number of our students to do some peer-to-peer modeling. So we have roughly 18 students. 6 of those are going to be going into our COP classrooms to support students with cognitive impairments to get those classrooms. And those 6 kids have all said that they want a future in that industry. So that's big. The other students in that 18 will be coming down into the commons and supporting students in math. That could be through credit recovery or prepping them to be able to accomplish the math problems or the math that they're facing right now. So that's our expansion on ARC. The other pieces that I have for you from the student body survey is from the being safe component. The good news is that 99% of our student body feels safe. That 1%, we want to meet with those students and figure that out. But of that 99%, 76% of those students said, I feel very safe. And it was on a scale of 1 to 5. So big number, and that's huge and a testament to all the teachers and the staff making our building good. 92% of our students felt that they had at least 1 or more adults in the building that were supporting them, more importantly, helping them through either academic or social struggles. So again, that's quality feedback that we're meeting kids where they're at, because that's our big piece. And then the last 2 stats I want to share with you is, through that survey, 98% of our students have said that they see that we're making strides in trying to build a more positive culture. And most of the feedback was, continue doing what you're doing, we see it, we like it, you're giving us a voice. So all good things that we're basically trying to model this expectation, and we're living it, and the students are seeing it. And then the last piece is just kind of a FAFSA update. We set a goal to increase FAFSA completions this year. And at this time last year, we only had 30 FAFSAs completed. And right now we have 65 FAFSAs completed, and we have roughly 20 that are like in the process. So that's like a 117% increase, so that's huge. And so the more kids that we can get on board and completing those FAFSAs, the more opportunities they have for the next level of education. So those are the big pieces I wanted to share.
Thank you.
And one last question, does that make me look smarter when I'm wearing these? Yeah? No? I'm creeping Parker out, this is like an Ben Franklin look.
All right, public input? No public input. Moving on to the consent agenda. The board meeting minutes are in here from January 6th for the committee of the whole. And then treasurer reports. General fund and athletic fund bills in the amount of $3.4 million. Cafeteria fund bills in the amount of $75,000. Sinking fund bills in the amount of $179,000. And then prior period adjustments is 0. Moving on to new hires. There's a new hire, Emma Payton, K3 art teacher. And then we'll do some introductions with those after, a little bit later on into the agenda. So we need a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I will make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Okay.
I will second it.
Any questions, discussion?
Rachel?
Yes.
Katie?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
Okay. New and unfinished business. It is recommended that the board approve the reinstatement of a Gaylord High School student as presented. And just so that the public knows, this was a closed session reinstatement with a student to keep her information in that private, so we can't release that.
I'll make a motion to approve the reinstatement of GHS 4.2024-2025 student as presented.
Second.
Any questions? Okay,
Rachel?
Yes.
Katie?
yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Jeff?
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
Okay. It is recommended that the board approve the Business Services Support Specialist HR contract for Emily Schwartzkart as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve the Business Services Support Specialist.
I will second it.
Any questions or discussion?
Rachel?
Yes.
Katie?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Jeff?
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
Okay. And then new staff introductions. Howard Schwiegard.
I have Emma Payton here.
Perfect.
And I'm excited to introduce Emma. She is our new art teacher at the K-3 level. And the timing is such that what happens with both elementaries is South Maple had music for a year, and the year runs at this time. So music is coming to North Ohio, and art is heading to South Maple for a year, right? So we'll have this half a year, and then we'll have the next beginning half. And so Emma is brand new to us in this role. She graduated from Grand Valley State. She's got a bachelor's in art education. And one of the benefits to having Emma join our team is she had been a daily sub. And so she was in our buildings regularly, every single day. If it wasn't North Ohio, it was South Maple. She really worked hard to connect with the students as a daily sub prior to this even being her position. So she worked hard with connections, and at this point, she's been very eager to learn from Miss Mack, from Steph Mack, who is leaving that role. And so Emma's going to be able to slide in pretty prepared and already knowing lots of our kids and their faces. She will officially be starting her role on Monday, and then of course seeing students at South Maple on Tuesday. So,
Perfect.
okay.
Congratulations, Emma.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Yes, congratulations.
Welcome. So glad you're here. She's so cute.
All right, there's no public input, so we just need a meeting to adjourn.
I will motion to adjourn.
I will second it.
All in favor?
Aye.